So 15,000 years ago, humans were foragers and hunters. Foraging meant gathering fruits, nuts, also wild grains and grasses. Hunting allowed for a more protein-rich diet, so long as you could find something with meat to kill. It's worth noting that cultivation of crops seems to have arisen independently over the course of millennia in a number of places, from Africa to China to the Americas, using crops that naturally grew nearby: rice in Southeast Asia, maize in Mexico, potatoes in the Andes, wheat in the Fertile Crescent, yams in West Africa. People around the world began to abandon their foraging for agriculture.
So what did a controllable food supply mean for humanity?
It meant a food surplus, which allowed the growth of cities and the specialization of labor. However, the industry that we created to sustain the world's population has produced destructive side effects.
Genetically modified crops were created to increase crop production to meet a growing demand for food. Despite the intentions, herbicide-resistant crop technology has led to a 527 million pound increase in herbicide use in the United States between 1996 and 2011, and an overall estimated 404 million pound increase in pesticide use. Agriculture is responsible for 70% of water withdrawals from lakes, rivers, glaciers, and groundwater. However, only 0.007% of the planet's water is available to supply over 7 billion people. With 40% of the world's food currently being cultivated in artificially irrigated areas, agriculture is quickly using up a large portion of the world's water. In 2012, over 748 million people were living without access to clean drinking water, a leading factor in the reason contaminated drinking water causes an estimated 500,000 diarrheal deaths each year. Under agricultural conditions, it takes 500 years for 2.5 centimeters of fertile topsoil to form. However, each year, 24 billion tons of fertile soil is lost due to erosion. The loss of soil has led to 24% of the world's productive lands becoming degraded.
So we aren't the only consumers in the system of agriculture. Our food production is using up alarming amounts of resources. But our Earth is not suffering alone. Humans in developing countries as well as industrialized places like this are increasingly unhealthy. The cause? Many signs point to the separation between producers and consumers. These are our 4 partner students from the Taita-Taveta County in Kenya's Tsavo National Park. It's an incredibly diverse rural region where agricultural communities are prominent. There's a wide range of nutritional health in counties like Taita-Taveta. Some eat well while their neighbors are stricken with malnutrition. Our partners took this footage of an undernourished community member. "11% of the global burden of disease comes from undernutrition alone. So it's not a surprise that undernutrition is considered to be the world's #1 health risk." Many people misuse the terms associated with malnutrition. After an interview with Dr. Jonathan Gorstein, who is a recognized global leader in the area of monitoring and evaluation in nutrition, we learned a very important distinction. Undernutrition is an insufficient intake of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Hunger is more specifically a dietary lack of energy or calories. Overnutrition is the oversupply of nutrients that can lead to obesity. The term malnutrition encompasses all of these dietary issues that have become increasingly problematic to the world's population. The most recent Global Nutrition Report states that nearly 1.5 billion people are overweight, and about 500 million of them are considered to be obese. The World Health Organization estimates that by the year 2020, 2/3 of the global burden of disease will be attributable to chronic non-communicable diseases, mostly associated with diet. Agriculture can provide for everyone, but what Dr. Gorstein refers to as Band-Aid solutions, such as the well-intentioned distribution of millions of nutrient supplements, don't contribute to the structural progress that's needed to ensure the equity and distribution of food.
The ripple effects of agriculture elicit the attention of many global systems such as health, education, technology, industry, government, and environmental conservation. The structural progress that Dr. Gorstein referred to in our interview implies the necessity of collaboration for success in the improvement of agriculture. Models of partnership between intersecting areas of intervention are emerging, and their joint efforts are predicted to be the catalyst of immense development.
An exciting model of partnership is biofortification, the natural enhancement of crops to be more nutritionally beneficial, less environmentally harmful, and productively stable combines the concerns of health, environmental conservation, technology, and industry in order to meet a common goal.
Public-private partnerships in agribusiness involve different systems such as industry, technology, and government on a corporate level in order to build sustainable communities and improve the connection between producers and consumers. Even those who aren't directly involved in the field of agriculture play a big role in this global topic.
The United States has a rapidly growing dedication to advocacy for global issues, including the negative impacts of agriculture on Earth and humanity. In particular, media has increasingly spread awareness about food production and consumerism. Movies like Food Inc. and Super Size Me have provoked anger, interest, and the compulsion to take action among those who have the means to do so. So what can you do?
Be a conscious consumer. We all have to eat, but we don't have to support detrimental production. Eating locally and organically can help to reduce the use of pesticides and the amount of energy needed for production, as well as procure nutritional benefits.
Be an advocate for an agricultural intervention model that you believe in.
Fight for political justice involving food, nutrition, farming, and environmental policy.
It's important that we don't blindly consume, because there are over 7 billion mouths to feed and a planet to take care of too.